On a day like today, we really can't ignore the fact that this trade war already has some real casualties. Take Manitowoc, MTW. It's the company that makes all kinds of cranes. After roaring higher in 2016, 2017, this stock ran headfirst into a brick wall. It's now down about 35% year to date. Why? Well, first, the president's steel and aluminum tariffs, 25 and 10% respectively. Hey, guess what cranes are made out of? Meanwhile, investors get nervous when they hear the Chinese and the Europeans and even the Canadians want to retaliate, as Manitowoc gets 56% of its sales from outside of the Americas. Never mind that we've got an incredibly robust economy. And this is exactly the kind of cyclical stock that typically does well during expansion. Never mind that Manitowoc's latest quarter was darn good. Guidance was excellent. The stock has fallen out of favor with the Wall Street fashion show, so it hasn't been able to gain much traction. But has Manitowoc been punished too much? Do the positives outweigh the potential negatives? Let's take a closer look with Barry Pennypacker. He's the president and CEO of Manitowoc Company. Get a better sense of where his company's headed. Mr. Pennypacker, welcome to Mad Money. Good to see you.
Hey, Jim.
Thank you. Have a seat, Barry. Thank you.
Pleasure.
All right, Barry, you just had Cranes Day. It is really clear. I mean, with the exception of rental, I could not find a single thing that is not on fire. And so explain to people a little bit of disconnect, some of the fear that people have versus the reality.
Well, people are fear of all of these tariff things. That we're not really too worried about that, because if you were a good leader of a company and you realized that President Trump wasn't going to put the tariffs in place when he was being elected, then you were living in a bubble.
What?
So we put contingencies in place right then and there. So we know exactly what was going to happen. We looked at the particular areas that we thought we were going to be affected by, and we've changed around the different sourcing methods, and we're not worried about it.
People don't understand that you're a technology company that makes cranes.
Exactly.
It's really a different world out there from what we just the old days, right?
Oh,
these things can do you do self-erecting cranes.
Absolutely. Our business in Europe is primarily driven by our new technology for self-erecting cranes, where you bring a crane to a job site, you press a button, and you just watch it erect itself.
And you've got the really almost a lock on the windmill, on the natural business, right? I mean, not just renewables seem to be where you guys are making a lot of money.
Jim, you'd be surprised about how many cranes are working in the renewable fuels business here in the U.S. right now, particularly in wind. I mean, wind is on fire, and people just have a tendency to look past it. Our larger cranes are out there working at higher utilizations than we've seen in the past for a very long time.
Okay, so also oil and gas, which we know is now booming again in this country. You can't get enough cranes. Do you have enough cranes?
Well, we have enough cranes now. I mean, there's been a glut of supply back in 2008 and 2009. A lot of cranes that were utilized in that particular segment were put into the field, and and then of course we had the downfall. So that supply is now being sucked up and utilized again, and we're starting to see some increased activity, particularly in the Southwest and Louisiana area. So I'm very encouraged about the outlook for oil and gas in the next 3 to 5 years.
Okay, so I know that, you've got some guys who just, this J.P. Morgan guy, I don't know, he hates cranes. I mean, he hates cranes. But he was talking about this rental market. Now, how important is that? I know, because, we like URI on the show, because Mike's done a great job.
Absolutely.
But I think that to penalize the whole company because of that and maybe some steel seems wrong to me.
URI doesn't own a single crane that we manufacture. Our cranes are way much bigger than what any normal URI national rental company would use. Now, some of the larger firms like All and Maxim, those guys utilize our cranes, and they're a different type of model, and their utilizations are high. They're starting to get a little rate because their utilizations are very high, particularly in some segments. And so, these guys think that, you read these reports that we've already reached our max. We're nowhere close to our max. Based on what we've done last week and seen with our customers and our crane days last week and our new 5 models that we've just introduced, we're increasing our backlog already for 2019. In some areas, we're sold out through 2019.
Debt picture getting better?
Yes, very much better.
Tell how you're bringing it down.
Well, we've just paid it down. I mean, we've used the Manitowoc way and our lean technology to work on working capital in particular. We've worked that down by almost 50% over the last 3 years, and we've put that back into the business and reduced our debt.
Well, I wanted to talk about the Manitowoc way and not do superficial, because it's obviously not superficial. It's the way you run the company. You put it in. Explain it to people, because I think it's more than just ethereal, and it's more than just good, happy talk.
Most people have a business system, and a business system is a bunch of tools, and it's a bunch of things that are on a shelf, and you can go and grab it and use it. Ours is a culture. I mean, our culture is that we are 100% focused on our customer, and every single one of our 4,900 employees, I ask them to think about every single day. I want you to make this company a little bit better today than it was yesterday for our customers. And if you make it better for you, or for our customers, it's going to be better for you, it's going to be better for our shareholders, and it's going to be better for all the single parties that are involved in the company.
How does the Manitowoc Way work in that interesting Chinese facility you have?
Yeah, we have a very good leader in that facility. Just recently, we did an activity there where we were able to free up 45,000 square feet of manufacturing space, which is 10%. And that gives us the opportunity for organic growth, gives us the opportunity to invest in that facility, gives us the opportunity to reduce our costs, gives us the opportunity to not worry so much about tariffs.
All right, so let me ask you, though, plain and simple, does the rhetoric get to you? I mean, periodically, is that, or you just say, listen, they need our cranes?
Hey, the rhetoric is out there. I mean, you just got to listen to it. But, you know, at the end of the day, cranes are, you drive up here from Philly like guys did today, you see cranes in the air all over the place. And fortunately for us, I saw a substantial amount of ours. And it's going to continue.
Well, look,
the revolution is real, Jim.
And I think it's important to point out that your stock zoomed going into this year. So it did, the psychology of it is far different from the orders and the earnings of it.
I agree with you 100%.
Excellent. Okay, that's Barry Pennypacker, the president and CEO of Manitowoc. Hey, listen, it's the world's greatest crane company. Mad Money's back after the break. Booyah! Jim Cramer here from Mad Money. Thanks for watching CNBC on YouTube. Click here to subscribe and get the jump on my exclusives with CEOs, plus market news, investing advice, and a whole lot more.